Great day, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Thursday Thought. I am beyond excited. This is our Thursday Thought, and I have to be honest, one of my most favorite times to be here for Thursday Thought is Thursday, right? Because that is a time when we go over this quote unquote hump day. For those of you that are not familiar with me, my name is Marrian Efua, and I am the CEO of Exponential Existence, a personal development and business development mastery company that is located in Arizona. We serve individuals and corporations being able to repurpose, rethink, and realign their thoughts, behaviors, and practices in order to have a holistic prosperity and ultimately an exponential existence, an existence that continues to expand, grow, and impact and influence. So tonight, we only have 30 minutes together. So this is my time where I come and I share my Thursday thought. Tonight I'm solo. I'm solo tonight because I wanted to make sure that we were having some conversations tonight that actually allowed us to engage and build upon the highest parts of who we are, right? That's what Thursday Thought is about. Have conversations and thoughts, empowering conversations for inspired action takers. If you are an inspired action taker, what that says to me is that you are able to come upon opportunities for yourself and you are able to build communities that are able to have a life that is filled with an expectancy of growth, right? An expectancy of growth. Not that you're just going to be sitting there expecting everything that you do to be perfect, but that you understand that you're not doing it alone. I mean, we spend too much time doing things alone. And as a result of that, what happens, right? We end up getting overwhelmed, burnt out, frustrated, blaming everyone but ourselves for that. So tonight's conversation is about the difference between a connection and a relationship as it relates to business and personal progression and mastery. If you are listening to this broadcast on any of our outlets, I invite you to share this out and invite people into this conversation. My company is 100% dedicated to the advancement of yourself personally and being able to reclaim back the prosperity that so many of us tend to let go. And so I want to invite you into a conversation tonight. And those that you care about, those that you already feel that you're connected to, I want to invite you to bring them in and have a conversation with us on tonight here on the Thursday Thought. I also want to invite you to mark your calendars for June 9th. Many of you were a part of the Voices of Mastery series that happens once a month on a Tuesday. And we bring in some of today's hottest, most horrific, and powerful voices of mastery in the areas of business, health, spirituality, finances, as well as the ability for you to be able to get a grounding about your career vocation. Okay. That is what it's about. I mean, we had some great people. We had some great people on these last time. I've had already 16 great speakers, and they give us this virtual gift bag. And every time I get the gift bag, I'm going, whoa, that's a lot of information. That's a lot of value. But that's what happens when you have the ability to pour out from your wealthy place. When you have the ability to be poured into and allow the overflow to go into a saucer, then you can give freely because you're not worried about missing anything. You're not worried about giving too much. It's all available and it's presenting itself in an opportunity. So tonight on the Thursday Thought, I'm going to be having a conversation with you about something that's very important. We know that we are in a time and place where everyone is kind of contracting in. We've had that conversation about contraction, but you don't want to contract with relationships. You don't want to contract with your connections. And I think that what I've noticed and what makes me draw back sometimes from being a part of organizations and groups is that I find myself battling people to move from having a connection to being in an actual professional, reciprocating, rewarding relationship with those persons they want to do business with, or those persons they want to make a joint venture with, or those persons they want to even sell or produce a product or service for. In order to do that, people tend to go to people That one, you get them in the door by reaching their pain point and showing them that you're going to solve a problem for them, whether it's an urgent one or not. That's old news. We're not going to repeat that. But what we are going to look at is that once we get them in the door and we can show them, we've proven to them that we have the solution they're looking for. How do you build that relationship in such a way that not only they purchase that time, but they go out into their communities, into their families, into their tribes, into their neighborhoods, and they begin to talk for you to build more connections so that you can build more relationships and there becomes a sense of loyalty. A lot of us stop at the I made the sale position. I've done it. I sold the product. I got the $100. I got the $10. I got the $1,000, the $10,000. But we're not thinking about what's going to happen the next time you need to get that money. It comes from relationship. So I may have given you a connection, but if you didn't nurture it, if you didn't develop a relationship, it lessens the possibility for them to, one, see you as another viable option. You know, there used to be a saying when I was coming up, it said, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I think they did also on Saturday Night Live. I think Eddie Murphy used to do a version of that, right? But no one wants to do that. No one wants to just be a wham, bam, thank you, a one-timer, you know, or just, nobody wants that. People are really looking to have reliable resources, connections, people they can build relationships with, and they can refer them over and over and over again. See, I understand what that's like. People, a lot of times I look and I see when I go somewhere and people connect me to people, I want to listen real good. Like, how do you know this person that you're connecting me to? Is there anything in particular reason why you chose me to connect to this person? Or if I'm meeting them on the first time, I'm going to ask them questions that may not have anything to do with the actual reason why we were connected, but I want to know about their businesses. I want to know about their travels. I want to know about the patterns they have going on in their lives right now. I want to get their feelings and thoughts and be able to build a bridge between us so that I'm not totally reliant upon the person's connection that brought us together the first time. Once that person trusts me to be connected to someone in their network or be served as a referral for me to someone else, I have a responsibility. We have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to make sure that we honor that relationship. And for some of us, this may be a word. And I know that what I'm saying may seem a bit of a shock, but if you are truly seriously about thriving during this time and not getting distracted by this thing called false urgency or this need to be in control, this need to have the upper hand. Being focused is not being dismissive. Having laser focus is not being dismissive. Being laser focused means that I understand the result is there, and then I'm going to begin to do the things I have to do to get to that result. And it may mean that it may not be a quick one-time conversation. But it may mean that you have to spend an extra moment or two, or maybe you have to go to an event, or possibly you need to go before you even contact this person and build it up. And this works on a personal level when you're trying to build a new friendship, because most of us are in groups and we say, hey, this is my friend, this is my cousin, this is my husband, this is my wife. You want to honor that space in that relationship. Too often we're taking it for granted that because we're connected, we're just in there to boom, slam it down, slam it down. That's not how you build business. There are people that come in that just want to, you know, the whole program Shark. I think we're such a group of people. A lot of us like to take a word in the literal sense. I had this conversation with someone at one of my networkings, and we were talking about the Shark Tank series. And we're going to be in one of our sections, we're going to be meeting with one of the sharks at our networking. It won't be a personal conversation, but he's going to be one of the headliners. And we were talking about the ideal of a shark. Like, how do you think that a shark tank is? A shark tank is dangerous. A shark tank, sharks have teeth and people are afraid of sharks. And, so why would they use that language to equate with an opportunity for you to get funding and to promote and pitch your business in front of thousands, if not millions of people? And we started thinking about that. It's not about literally being a shark. It's about showing you that you are willing to take the risk to present something that's valuable to you, to people that have the ability to make it happen and give you the guidance and support. So you're going to be cautious when you go in. You're going to plan before you get there. You're going to write out your pitch and you're going to practice it. You're going to make sure that all of your props are working. You're going to make sure you think about the questions prior to getting in front of the Shark Tank, right? Which I'm not endorsing. Just want to put that out there, right? But when you're going to get in front of those people, you're going to be thinking, what would Mr. Wonderful say? What would Damon John say? What is Cochran going to say? Cochran going to say? You're thinking in your mind, what is Mark Cuban going to say? What are they going to say? What opposition might they have? But see, many of us don't want to address the opposition because it brings up a memory of rejection, a fear of rejection, an idea that maybe I'm not valid enough in this role right now, and what I'm offering is not sufficient. But it is. You've gotten this far. Let's invest. So that's the difference between a connection and a relationship. A connection is just saying, hey, I know who that is. I know who Marrian Efua is. A relationship allows you to say, oh, I know who Marrian Efua is. Yeah, she is the CEO and owner of Exponential Existence. She does executive level retreats. She also does a healing retreat. She goes into a very holistic spiritual component, as well as very much into business development, hardcore business development. She has children. She has her grandchildren. She's very family oriented. So you'll begin to tell my story for me if you really know me. If you only know of me, you can only say, hey, she's a coach. She's a mentor. She's a trainer of mindset and money. She helps businesses. It's going to be that's a connection level. But someone that has been in relationship with me, and which is why I say I don't have a tribe. I don't have just community. I have a community, and then I have family, and then I have an inner circle. That is the layers that come. That's the ripple effect of my impact when I work. So when you are meeting people, it is initially a connection. How you make it more of a relationship so that it can make you more profitable, make them more profitable. Show the value. Show the value that you are going to bring to the table. Show the value, the benefits that they're going to get by working with you. Just because I'm thirsty and you bring me a bottle of water doesn't mean I'm going to buy it from you. If your water's hot, boiling hot, and I'm hot already, I don't want your water. I don't want your water. If it's sub-below temperatures and you're bringing me ice cold water, I don't want your water. So you have to be aware of where I am. And how do you find that out? You find that out by having a conversation, y'all. The Thursday thought tonight is about building relationships with people. Now more than ever, we need to be in relationship with people so that we can thrive and maintain ourselves. I need to know that I can depend upon you, and you know you can depend upon me, and that I'm not just in here, as I said earlier, for a wham, bam, thank you, 1, 2, rock 'em, sock 'em. Right? We're not in for that. We're in for the long haul. We can see the multiple opportunities. We can see the expansiveness. Hello, there it is. We can see the exponential possibilities and results that can come from us having a relationship, a business relationship, a personal relationship. My mentor, he's known for saying this: I don't want to be your friend if I can't do business with you. Maybe once we do a business deal, then we can become friends. For some, this conversation may seem very hard. And that's why I tell people, oh, yeah, I am smiley. Yes, I am fun. Yes, I am very, very transparent. And this is me. But I'm also real about, do you want this for the moment, or do you want it to continue on for a lifetime and leave a legacy? You have to decide that. If you're in my family, if you're in my community, our goal is to have a long-term impact, one that is reciprocating and rewarding over and over again, one that is bridging connections and becoming the scaffolding for your next level of elevation and expansion. You're listening to the Thursday Thought. I am Marrian, Sister Efua of Exponential Existence. We are here today talking about having a connection versus relationships. This last 15 minutes that we're going to be talking, I want to be able to share with you out some possibilities on how you can begin to really tap into building relationships when we can go from connections at just saying, hi, my name is, and passing your card, or joining a group, but just kind of being into the voyeur state where you're just watching and only watching. You're not providing the value. So I'm gonna walk you through a couple of things in these next 15 minutes that we have together here on the Thursday Thought on Exponential Existence Media. And if you want to learn more about me, to develop a relationship, I invite you to like my pages. I invite you, most importantly, to get into my family by joining my mailing list. See, I know when people start thinking about, oh, they're going to ask me for something. If you have an issue with people asking you to invest in yourself by being in relationship with them, then no, you don't want a long-term effect. It's a selfish gesture. And none of us like selfish people. We tend to shy away. There's been this whole trend about narcissism, right? Where people are only focused on themselves. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? WIFM. What's in it for me? Instead of what's in it for us. When I look at large scale businesses and joint ventures, Sprint just joined up with T-Mobile. Why? Why did they both combine? Why did T-Mobile buy out Sprint? They're both very strong communicators. It's not about whether you like them or not. The fact is, the merger has happened. Why? Did they have to be best? But they had to build a relationship to trust. They had to see the benefits, the long-term benefits of what that looks like. When Fox Entertainment joined with Disney and then purchased Marvel, that was by design. That was about making sure that they could build a conglomerate that would be able to serve more people in the population. They separated from the Fox News Media Network, but they kept the entertainment component and purchased it into the Marvel comics, which was very popular and the stocks are still growing even during this pandemic. That's about seeing the big picture. That I want a relation. I just don't want to meet you and buy some stocks. I want to actually see the long-term benefits of our relationships. That happens on a personal level. You are assessing if this person is someone just for a couple of dates, or is this person someone I want to invest time in to become my best friend, to become my mate, my partner in life. The same thing happens. A relationship versus a connection. A connection is, you go to the machine, you push the coffee machine at the hospital or the airport, you push the vending machine. A relationship is going to the same coffee shop every day. They're knowing what your order is when you walk up to the place and you end up giving them a tip. Or you realize that it's their birthday, or they realize it's your birthday. They remember you were rushing the other day because you had a conversation on the phone and they overheard you saying that you were rushing or that you had a business deal. So they asked you, hey, how did that go? Did everything work out? That's a relationship. That's bringing loyalty. So now you look forward to going to that coffee shop because you are aware, one, they recognize you. Two, you've just upped your value to them and they've upped their value to you. And three, there's a reciprocal exchange, an equally rewarding, reciprocating exchange between you and that coffee shop worker. Are you with me? If you are with me, I just want you to tell me if you want relationships or connections. You make a decision. Write in the comments, do you want connection or relationship? Connection or relationship? because relationships is where you're going to get the biggest results and rewards. And if you want a commitment, that's where you want to be, in a relationship. Connections are not designed for that. And that's why I love people say, I'm a connector. You're a connector. Great. You're going to put us in a room. You're going to allow me an opportunity to use my master networking skills, my master relationship building skills. When people give you their email address, what they're doing is they're trusting you and they want to build a relationship with you. They want to honor the space that you are in together. They want to have more of that same type of experience over and over again. So it's going to build up loyalty. It's going to build up a level of expansion that allows you an opportunity to grow and advance together. Mutually beneficial. Mutually beneficial. There's not a competition. There's not a disruption. There's not an embodiment of that you're getting more than me. It's having the conversation to, one, make sure it's a good fit. Every time you connect with someone, it's not meant to be it's not a good fit, and you're not going to be able to participate in everything that person is doing or not doing. It always doesn't result in a sale. Sometimes it's about gathering up knowledge and information to apply it. I know. Isn't that juicy? How many of us go to networkings? You know, if you ever been to a networking, if you have ever been to a networking and you found yourself being bombarded by people just giving you their cards. Hey, my name is George. Here's my card. Yeah, call me. Yeah, you should call me. Hey, my name is, right. Are you that person, or have you been accosted by that person? And what do you normally do with that business card? What do you normally do with that business card? We tend not to follow up because we don't understand the reason why we should. But if you would have a conversation with the intent of figuring out, is it a good fit? Can you refer that person to someone? Can you enhance that person's business, and can they enhance your business? And you can begin to have a relationship, and you can build a level of trust, and together, again, that rewarding, reciprocating relationship, that T-Mobile and Sprint, that Disney and Fox Entertainment and Marvel. Connections only get you to the door. That's getting you in the room. You did a great job for that. We're in the room, right? But once we're in the room, we have to become strategic and build relationships so that it's not just a drive-by. It's just not a run-through. It is an actual established communication that you can refer and they can refer, and you can grow your business. You can grow your opportunities. I can tell you that my first job, when I transitioned from performance, someone told me about a program. I said, well, I'm going to go teach performing arts. I'm going to teach performing arts. And I said, I'll do that. And I said that to one person, and they said, oh yeah, you'll be great for that. And so they gave me the name of a gentleman. His name was Marty Haverman, peace and life be upon him, at the University of Wisconsin. And when I went there, he said, oh yeah, they already told me you were coming. I was just about to call you. And when he said, well, have a seat. Let's talk. Let me know about you. Now, I know what they told me, but you tell me some more about you. So I hear that you were a performer. So he began to see right away, was I a good fit for this transition from doing something at a mastery level in entertainment? Could I convert that over into a learning process? How many of y'all have experienced somebody like that? They're real good at doing something, but when it comes to implementation, is not that great. That's why you want to have conversations and rebuild. Maybe they're the one you want to call for to do it, but not the one for the teaching. This conversation is a strong conversation, but if you're listening to this conversation here on the Thursday Thought, I want you to think about it, because this is about empowering conversations for inspired action takers. Action takers. And if we're going to thrive, if we're going to not just be the only ones who are doing just enough, we're going to excel and exceed into the higher places of our greatness. If we're going to attract all of this wealth and abundance and love and prosperity, then we need to do some things differently. It looks very differently from someone who's here for a moment versus someone who's trying to establish themselves and go forward on a personal level, professional level, business level. They're all interconnected. But until you take the time out to recognize that, then it becomes more of a challenge. So the difference in a connection in a relationship, be strategic. Take the time to figure out if it's a good fit. And if it's not a good fit, how can you keep the relationship to do a referral so that they see you as a resource? And then they can refer you out to someone they may know where you're a better fit. And then there keeps being an elevation and an exchange, and you can master it. Absolutely, positively, so it is. Stop working at the connection level. I often tell people I'm available, I'm accessible to everyone, but not everyone is willing to come into my circle so that I can be available to them. This is being accessible. Right now, I'm accessible to you. But in order to get on my schedule, in order for me to work with you, then there's a process. And some people don't want to do that because they say, oh, she's too stern, or she's too, right? She's right on. I don't know about her. I don't know. Like, I see. But until you're willing, but if you have a conversation, you go, oh, I get that a lot. This is an opportunity for you to take this access and do the homework, do the due diligence. If you're applying for a job, it's the same thing. If you're going to apply for a company, go look them up on the web, pull up their annual sales, look and see what type of people they tend to hire, go down their list and see if any photos are there, or if there's any bios of the type of people. See if there's any articles out there in the internet that are talking about challenges or successes that they've had, so that you are prepared. So that you are prepared. Maybe the owner likes purple and blue. So you come in your lapel pocket with a blue or purple handkerchief or tie, or maybe a piece of jewelry that's unique. And you build the relationship so that you can have the long-lasting impact. So that's all I want to say tonight here in the Thursday Thought. I want to encourage you to go out and revisit, go back down your list of connects, the people you connected with, all those business cards, and really think about, look at them and see. I thought I do. Hang on. I put my business cards over here, and I want to show you just really quickly. So this is my business card. So it has my face. It has what I do. But then if you look on the back, I don't know if you can see it. It might be too much light. There it is. So if you look at the back of my card, it says, it has a checkbox, a line for check boxes. And then it says, I want to work with Marrian Efua, and I have an appointment. And it gives an appointment time because I do make appointments on the spot. I know someone that may want to work with Marrian Efua. Marrian Efua would like to learn more about me. So if I say, hey, I want to meet up with you and learn some more about your company, or I want to buy your product, you have it. So now when you go back through your business cards, after collecting all these business cards, now you're going to say, oh, Marrian wanted to order something. Oh, Marrian wanted to come to my shop. Or Marrian wanted me to do some design work for her. Or Marrian wanted to become a part of my program. Whatever it is, now you've just prospected. Relationship building is part of prospecting and lead generation, so that you can benefit. If you are a business owner, if you are dating, it's a great way. Why not? My girlfriend makes cards of it. So when she meets guys, she gives them her card, and she says, she interested in coffee. She took my process, and she's applying it to dating. It's all about relationship, building trust, having an understanding, and moving forward. This has been the Thursday Thought. I am Dr. Marrian, Sister Efua of Exponential Existence. If this has been beneficial to you, like and subscribe to us, and like and friend us. Share it out with 5 to 10 other people that you believe could benefit from this conversation tonight. We'll be back here on Thursday on Exponential Existence Media. I am Dr. Marrian, Sister Efua. Until next time, remember that your life is full of expansion. So go ahead and expand. Until next time.